Talking about your problems is dangerous. Let me tell you why. When you talk about your problems, you are telling your body, your mind, your spirit, your emotions, all of your parts that you have a problem. You say, duh, yeah. And when you continue to talk about them without solutions, you're basically telling yourself that the way you're going to process problems is by talking about them. And then do you know what your body, your mind, your emotions, your spirit does? They think, okay, this is how we're going to deal with our problems. And then from there on out, every time you have a problem, they go, click, we know what to do. Let's talk about this. Let's feel this. Let's grovel in this. Let's just process it out and blah and blah and blah. And this is what happens. People begin to believe that talking about problems is the solution to the problem. Does that sound familiar? Does it sound familiar in your life? It certainly sounds familiar in America, where it seems as if people believe that if we talk about a problem, it's going to solve it. Well, you got to mention it. You got to bring it up. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. No, we need to solve it. It's easier to talk about a problem than to solve a problem, which is why we don't solve a lot of our personal problems. And it's why we don't solve a lot of our sociological issues, because solutions cost you. Solutions demand an investment. Solutions demand a sacrifice. Solutions demand action. Solutions are risky because sometimes they don't work. And we would rather be safe and comfortable with our problems than potentially risky and solving our problems. The most dangerous aspect of talking about your problems without solutions is that you learn to do this and it forms a habit, and habits are hard to break. So you say, what do I do? What you need to do is, when you have a problem, you need to address the problem, assess the problem, and identify the problem and understand the problem. And then you need to engage the problem with a solution. You need to tell your parts, your mind, your spirit, your emotions, your energy, your body, every part of you, your brain, every part of you, that when we have a problem, we engage it with a solution. We fix things. This is what we do. And that becomes your habit. That's what you need to do. And that takes practice. And if you've been in the habit of just talking about your problems and making excuses about your problems, you've developed a habit. And you know what's the thing about habits? They're hard to break. You know why they're hard to break? Because they never were meant to be broken. They're habits, right? They're habits. They're strong. They're habits. Think about it. So you want to rewire and reform and create new habits. And the way you do that is you start right now today. Whenever I have a problem, I'm going to identify it. I'll assess it and understand it. Then I'm going to engage it with a solution. Because if you talk about your problems as a solution, you're going to develop that as a habit. Let me leave you with one more thought. I want you to try to find a person who you believe is successful, who talks about their problems all the time. You won't find anybody. You won't find an athlete, a scientist, a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home dad, a pastor, an entrepreneur, Elon Musk, LeBron James. You won't find a successful actor, musician. You will not find them talking about their problems. It isn't because they don't have problems. It's because they have developed a way to process their problems. And you know what they're all doing? Every single one of them, every person that's successful, they're all doing the same thing. They have a problem, they identify and assess it and understand it, and then they engage it and they solve it. And oftentimes they're implementing solutions and they don't even want to do it. They're doing it though. They're acting. They're implementing solutions because implementing a solution is better than talking about problems every single day. Grace and peace.